know your dog might be upset with you without you even realizing it? Even though dogs don't act out of revenge, they can still feel stressed or frustrated, and sometimes they might associate those feelings with you. In this video, I'm going to break down 10 key signs that your dog might be upset with you. Recognizing these signs is the first step to addressing the issue and strengthening your bond with your furry friend. So pay close attention. Number 1. Avoidance behavior. If your dog walks away or leaves the room every time you approach, they're probably trying to tell you they need a little space. Just like us, dogs sometimes crave peace and quiet, and one way they communicate that is by avoiding you. This isn't about being vengeful. It's more likely that they're feeling overwhelmed or annoyed and prefer to keep their distance until they feel better. When this happens, don't make the mistake of trying to force interaction. It's important to give them the time they need to calm down. Pushing too hard when they're clearly asking for space can make them even more stressed. That said, avoidance doesn't always mean your dog is upset. Sometimes it could be a sign they're not feeling well. If your dog consistently avoids you, consider a vet visit to rule out any health problems. Pay attention to their behavior in these moments. Do they show other signs of stress, or do they just seem indifferent? Understanding this will help you figure out whether your dog is actually upset or just feeling stressed or unwell. Number 2. Rejecting treats. Dogs love treats, so if your dog ignores the goodies you offer, it's a clear sign something might be wrong. When a dog feels uneasy around someone, it's not uncommon for them to reject food from that person. Refusing a treat can be their way of saying they're uncomfortable, or that they don't trust you at that moment. Notice what else they do besides ignoring the treat. If they move away or seem tense, it's a good indicator they're not feeling their best. In these situations, it's important to give your dog some space and time to regain their confidence. Take a moment to reflect. Did you do something that might have upset them? Identifying the cause can help you avoid repeating it in the future. Number 3. Avoiding eye contact. Typically, when a dog feels happy and secure, they'll seek eye contact with you. Direct eye contact is a powerful way to strengthen the emotional bond between you and your dog. So, if your dog consistently turns their head or looks away whenever you try to make eye contact, it might mean they're uncomfortable or trying to avoid conflict. Dogs use this behavior to keep the peace and let you know something's bothering them without resorting to aggression. If this sounds familiar, focus on improving your relationship with your dog. Make them feel safe and at ease around you. Speaking to them in a calm, soothing tone can help reassure them that there's nothing to worry about. Number 4. Excessive lip licking. Here's something you might not know. Dogs have a range of calming signals they use to manage stress, and licking their lips is one of them. When your dog repeatedly licks their lips or nose, especially when there's no food involved, it's a strong sign they're feeling uncomfortable or stressed. This is a subtle gesture, but once you start noticing it, it'll be hard to miss. If your dog shows this behavior as you approach, it likely means they're trying to cope with stress. Take a step back and think, could you be the source of their discomfort? What might be causing it? This behavior is especially common when dogs are around young kids or unfamiliar people who are too direct or overwhelming in their interactions. Number 5. Yawning. Yawning is another subtle signal, similar to lip licking. If you approach your dog to play or interact and they yawn, they might be trying to calm themselves down. Sometimes a yawn can also indicate excitement or anticipation, like before a walk or mealtime. But don't overlook the fact that it could also mean your presence or approach is causing them stress. To really understand what your dog's yawn means, take note of their overall body language. Is their body stiff or relaxed? Are their ears perked up or pinned back? If you notice other signs of nervousness, it's likely that your interaction is making them anxious. Paying attention to these subtle cues will give you a better sense of your dog's emotional state, helping you adjust how you interact with them. If you're interested in learning more about these subtle calming signals, I highly recommend reading On Talking Terms with Dogs' Calming Signals by Turid Rugos. It's eye-opening to see how much your dog communicates through everyday gestures you might not have even noticed before. Number 6. They don't want you to touch them. Dogs are naturally social animals, and most of them enjoy physical contact. For them, it's a fundamental way to show and receive affection. In fact, Studies have shown that dogs tend to prefer owners who pet them over those who only use verbal praise. When a dog enjoys being petted, their body releases hormones that promote feelings of love and relaxation. So if your dog suddenly starts avoiding your touch, it's worth analyzing the situation to figure out why. A dog that refuses physical contact might be upset or uncomfortable with you, but it could also be hiding something like an illness or an injury. Watch for other changes in their behavior, like a lack of energy or appetite, which could point to something more serious. If that's the case, it's best to visit the vet for a checkup. Number 7, they can't relax. A happy, secure dog will relax completely in your presence. They'll sleep deeply and might even expose their belly, a sign of ultimate trust since it leaves their most vulnerable area unprotected. But if your dog is always alert and never seems to fully relax when you're around, that's a sign something might be making them anxious or fearful. Anxiety, fear, or discomfort could all be at the root of this behavior. Pay attention to other signals, like them constantly scanning their surroundings, or startling easily at normal household noises, and keep an eye out for the next sign. It's a big clue about your relationship. Number 8, they're friendlier with others. This is a sign you should never ignore. If your dog seems more affectionate or friendly with other family members while regularly ignoring you, it's a clear indicator that something in your relationship needs attention. Your dog's preference for others might reflect a lack of comfort or trust when they're around you. Take a closer look at their behavior. Does your dog stiffen up or lower their tail only when you approach? Don't take it personally. Instead, see it as an opportunity to evaluate your interactions with your dog. Think about how you can make them feel safer and more loved when they're with you. Found this video helpful? Join our learning squad by subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. It supports our channel and keeps you updated with all our latest educational videos. Number 9, they growl at you. Let's get one thing straight. Growling doesn't always mean something bad. It can mean a lot of things, some positive and others not so great. Knowing how to interpret growling is key to maintaining a good relationship with your dog. If your dog growls when you try to pet them, it's a clear signal that something is bothering them, and you need to stop. In most cases, it means they're uncomfortable or upset, so it's essential to pay attention to their body language and the context surrounding the growl. However, growling isn't always a sign of aggression or anger. For example, if your dog growls during playtime, it's usually a sign of excitement and joy. Here's a tip. If growling is something new for your dog, or if it's happening more frequently, don't hesitate to visit the vet and explain the situation. This can help rule out any health issues that might be causing the behavior. Number 10, they act aggressively. This is a sign you need to take seriously. When dogs feel truly threatened or upset, they might resort to aggressive behavior. This extreme reaction often happens when a dog feels overly pressured or scared. Growling is typically a dog's first warning that they're uncomfortable and want you to stop. But not all dogs will growl first. They might skip straight to other signs like tense posture or licking their lips. Constantly bothering a dog, especially after they've shown signs of discomfort, can escalate to aggression. It's crucial to avoid reaching this point. If you notice the early signs of discomfort that I've mentioned in this video, work on addressing the issue before it gets worse. This will help prevent aggressive behavior and create a happier, more peaceful environment for both you and your dog. How to rebuild trust with your dog. Now that we've gone over the signs that your dog might be upset with you, let's talk about how to regain their trust and set things right. Dogs are incredibly forgiving, and with a little effort, you can rebuild that special bond you share. Start by giving them the space they need. Just like us, dogs value their personal space, especially when they're feeling stressed or uncomfortable. Don't push them to interact. Instead, let them come to you when they're ready. This helps them feel like they can trust you again. The next step is to create positive associations. You can do this through activities they love, like playing fetch, going for relaxed walks, or having training sessions with their favorite treats. These moments will not only make your dog happier, but also strengthen their positive feelings toward you. Keeping a consistent routine is also essential. Make sure to feed, walk, and play with your dog at the same times every day. This predictability helps create a safe and stable environment, making it easier for your dog to trust you. Patience is key throughout this process. With time and effort, you can rebuild a strong relationship and enjoy each other's company like before. Now that we've covered how to regain your dog's trust, it's time to learn even more about your furry friend. In the video that's on the screen right now, I'll teach you more about your loyal companion. Just click on the image to watch and deepen your understanding of your dog.